So, full time in the Revere derby, and the game ends in a stalemate, 0-0 is the final score at the Veltins. The first 0-0 since 2006 in this fixture. Interesting game. I think Schalke will certainly end the game feeling as if they really should have scored at least one. They hit the upright twice with Sane from a corner, and also with Sedar, who was unlucky to have not scored. And also Rabbi Matondo had a couple of decent opportunities, a couple of one-on-ones that he squandered. Frustrating game for the young Welshman. But yeah, I think the first half was definitely with Schalke. They'll be disappointed to have not converted some of their chances. They really had the best of it in the first half in particular. Had more shots than Dortmund, and for large spells just outplayed them. I think the draw isn't terrible for both sides. I think Schalke, okay, home advantage, you've squandered it, and they'll be a bit disappointed there, and to have missed chances too. But overall, it's not a terrible result for both teams. Dortmund looking to get back to winning ways after the Inter Milan result in the week, but again, it's a draw. It's not a defeat. They would have wanted to avoid defeat at all costs, I think, today. It leaves them third in the Bundesliga. Okay, they lose 2 points to Bayern, but I don't think it's disastrous, particularly in that kind of environment and climate. It was always going to be tricky for them today, and so yeah, they shared the point. Late on, Dortmund certainly worked their way back into the game. They certainly looked bright. Julian Brandt came on. Looked very sort of lively, helped create a couple of half chances. Marco Reus almost played into her own goal. There was a cross that was just over his head. So a bit of a frustrating day for Marco Reus too. Obviously Sancho looks lively, had a couple of half chances too. But I think overall we have to say both teams will be disappointed to have made more of their sort of better chances. But arguably Schalke really should have had the game. If not wrapped up, they should have at least had a goal in the first half. I think that's pretty certain, and it leaves both clubs sort of hovering around the top of the table. They both lose a bit of, momentum in terms of the sort of title race or race for Europe, with Bayern inching past Union Berlin today as well. But yeah, I think overall, given the way Dortmund ended, neither side will be too unhappy to take the draw, to sort of keep bragging rights. But for Schalke, I think today, you look at the start they had, you look at the chances they created, you look at the fact you got home advantage, and I think you'll be slightly more disappointed than perhaps Dortmund would be. But for Dortmund, they move on. Of course, they have Gladbach in the Cup coming up, and they will, I guess, be glad to have kind of had another tricky away day that didn't result in a defeat. It's not a terrible result. They can build from it. They can sort of see where they went wrong and look to improve. And yeah, they can go back to Dortmund. I think not too disappointed. For Schalke, perhaps a chance missed for what would have been another big result against Dortmund. The game means so much in that area of Germany, and I think there might be a bit of regret there. Yeah, some good performances are sort of listed throughout both sides. I thought Kenny was great at right back for Schalke. Like I say, Matondo was lively, but just didn't take his chances today. Sedar, who's been terrific all season, had another good game. For Dortmund, Sancho was bright, and like I say, I thought Brandt came on late on and looked lively at the end and sort of almost created a few half chances. Hazard had a couple of opportunities too. But yeah, honours even, a fair enough result, I think, although Schalke, like I say, may just be a bit more disappointed, but both sides will move on. Both sides will sort of take positives out of this, I think. And yeah, final score, therefore, from the Veltins Arena, 0-0. And that's all from me. Thank you for watching.